Hi, I'm Lindsay from Silver and Training, and I want to talk to you about Pam Cast. Pam is my superhero alter ego, and she stands for purpose, autonomy, mastery, communication, appreciation, support and trust. We're on a mission to help you and your team to re-engage with your purpose at work, come to work enthused and inspired, and learn to love Mondays. Today I'd like to talk to you about trust. A friend of mine was talking about her job, and she was complaining about how things were just not really going well at work, and she wasn't having a good relationship with her manager, and she said, "I just don't trust him." So I asked her why, what is it about him that makes you feel you can't trust him? And the first thing she said was, he just doesn't have my back. Things like he would buckle under pressure. If he was asked by someone in higher authority than him to ask for something to be done, he would never look out for the staff. He would never point out the problems that would cause for people. He would just always agree to it without discussing it with anybody. And, for example, one time they were asked to implement a new procedure which was actually going to put them in potential dangerous situations. The client group that they worked with was a difficult group to work with. It was stressful work. And she just felt that what they were being asked to do was putting them in potentially dangerous situations, and this hadn't been addressed and no steps had been taken to deal with it. No training, for example, in how to deal with potentially dangerous situations. He just agreed that, okay, we'll do that. Another thing she said was that he wasn't very supportive. If people made mistakes, he would publicly yell at them. She recalled one example where a new member of staff made quite a serious error, and it did need to be addressed, but instead of raising the problem, working out what happened and why and what could be done to make sure the same thing didn't happen again, he basically just tore this poor girl off a strip in front of the whole team. He just humiliated her really by just yelling about how stupid she was to have done this, and she really shouldn't have behaved in such a way. On the other hand, if it was him that had made a mistake, he wouldn't own up to them. He would just do everything he could to cover his tracks. So you might think that somebody is either trustworthy or they're not. Behaviour, like the examples I've just given, you wouldn't trust somebody, and that's it. But according to Stephen Covey, not the most famous Stephen Covey of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, but actually his son, there are ways that you can develop trust. He argues that it's a skill like any other. It's something that you can learn to develop at work, and it's it's not a soft skill, it's a real quantifiable, measurable characteristic. And he says that to develop trust you need to develop 4 things, and 2 of these are related to your character and 2 of them are related to your competence. The first of these relates to your character, and that's about integrity. And by integrity we mean doing the right thing, not just about being right. It's about doing the right thing even if nobody's watching. The second element is intent. What's your intent in carrying out a particular piece of action? And people often say that politicians have got no integrity, then they're untrustworthy. But if you take somebody like Jeremy Corbyn, for example, you could say that if you believe his intent in talking to people like the IRA and Hamas and Hezbollah is to help broker peace, then you think, he's got a good intent, so he is trustworthy. However, if you think his intent is just to let them get away with it and he's not bothered about peace, he's happy to talk to terrorists, as people will call these groups terrorist groups. No, he's happy to talk to terrorists, his intent is to just let them get away with it, then obviously you're not going to view him as trustworthy. The third element is one that relates to your competence, and this is about your capabilities. How capable are you to carry out the work that you need to carry out? And for example, a GP, you might go along to your GP and talk to him about a sore throat, for example, and trust the advice that you're given. But if you need open heart surgery, you're not really going to trust your GP to do that one on you. It's outside their capabilities, so therefore you just don't feel that you can trust them to carry out that particular procedure. The fourth element is results. And again, this is about your capabilities, your competence. So, do you achieve the right results? And again, if we return to my friend's manager, the results he's achieving with his team, is he creating a happy, productive, competent, motivated team? Well, not really. He's actually creating a lot of dissatisfaction and a lot of unhappiness at work. And while people are stressing over things like that, they're not being their most productive. And in actual fact, in the long run, eventually my friend just got so fed up with it that she moved on. She left the organisation. Even though she was good at the work and she enjoyed the work and thought that the work was valuable, because she couldn't work with this manager, she moved on. So the results he was achieving as a manager were not very good. As I said, you might think that this is a skill that either you're trustworthy or you're not. But according to Covey, there are ways that you can develop trust at work. If you've reached a situation where you have lost someone's trust, then it takes a little bit longer to rebuild that, but it still can be done. If you'd like to know more about how to develop trust in your workplace, please do get in touch with me. I would love to hear from you. You can contact me by clicking the link below this video, or you can drop me a line, reply to the email that this video arrived with. I would love to hear from you, and please take care. Until the next time, bye for now.